records also show that his dad, Jihad, his dad's name is Jihad, he threatened to kill himself if the rest of his family weren't brought in from Syria. It's not surprising that some authorities expressed concerns that Jihad Hijazi was trying to manipulate the system to get what he wanted, including better housing. You were not told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You weren't told anything approaching the truth by the mainstream media. And in Jihad Holy War's statement to the court, Jihad said that he wished he had died in the war with his family, rather than go through what happened at Almondbury Community School. Really? He wished he was dead and all his family were dead, rather than go through this school playground incident. Listen to the clip again. Listen to what Bailey's saying. He's asking Jamal repeatedly, what are you saying now? It wasn't a random attack. It wasn't a racist attack. Bailey didn't threaten to stab Jamal. The playground incident was not the beginning of the story. It was a culmination of many events. Not least, it was a response to Jamal's alleged threats to rape Bailey's younger sisters. They were about 9 years old at the time of this.
So as a girl at that school, when you saw the betrayal of what happened with Bailey and him, because he was painted as this innocent little kid.
He wasn't innocent.
So,
and I used to see him bullied there as autistic.
Everybody was exposing the scumbag that did this, who I hope gets severe retribution. I was parents take action. I never mind anything else. Well, the country.
You can hear him there describe Bailey as vermin. Words are important when you're on a daytime platform and people listen to what you say. What do you do to vermin? You exterminate. You kill it. Low life, call him a thug. But worst of all, he demanded severe retribution against this child. At the same time as this, Jeremy Vine was reported. He didn't tell people the bully's name, although he was finding it hard not to name the child. Instead, he told his followers where they could find that name. Now, this is a direct response of both of your reporting. Because when you reported, you can follow the timeline and the repercussions of what that brought. What I've done here, in 2018, there's a charity called Tell Mum that records Muslim hate incidents. Now, even though they've been, in the past, penalised for exaggerating the figures, let's work off their figures. They say there are over 1,000 hate incidents, with 325 of them being online. Some of them Islamophobic, which means criticising Islam as well. Here, I've printed a piece of paper for each one of those hate incidents. 327 hate incidents online against the entire Muslim community of the UK in 2018. The 325 Islamophobic comments, they're the ones you read about on the news every day. They're the ones people in jail for. They're the hate incidents the media keeps shoving down your throat. So each piece of paper here represents a hate comment aimed at a child. I want to read these now. Peers, you demanded severe retribution. That's what you demanded against this child. Let's see if you're happy with some of this. I pray someone rapes you and your whole family while you watch. Fuck your mother, fuck your love, the Syrians will rape your family. If I saw you, I would rape you to death. You'll be raped by the Fallujah group. I hope your mother will not be racist when she is raped. I'm going to bum your nan alive, then dead her again. And the threats of rape, all of these threats of rape, imagine being these children. Imagine being a 15-year-old child living in Huddersfield with your little sisters. Muslim men are jailed in the biggest scandal in the history of our country for mass rapes in that town. And then you're receiving and you're reading these messages. You're going to die, you're going to fucking die, we're going to strangle your mum, your dad, your friends. I'll kill your whole family. I can't wait to find you so I can slit your throat. You're the person who should be killed in those ISIS videos. You, your parents, and your whole family have to be burned. Do them a favour and fucking off yourself. Looking at you makes me want to commit suicide. Go commit suicide, your oxygen thief. Jump off a bridge, bro. Do humans a favour and kill yourself. We don't want you, and you don't belong in this world. Again, imagine being that child reading them. Here's. Is that mental health record for Bailey McClellan? Bailey was referred to Luton Cams by Luton and Dunstable Psychiatry Liaison on the 31st of December 2018. Reason, patient involved in incident in Huddersfield and has been relocated to Luton with family. Patient unable to cope with not returning home and has taken an overdose. So this lie, this narrative, this agenda, which comes before anything else, by the politicians, by the media, that was pumped. This child, it doesn't matter. His life didn't matter. You know, if he killed himself, no one would have cared. We wouldn't have heard condemnation from any of the politicians or from any of the media. No one cares. Because everyone, from start to finish in this story, is collateral damage, so long as they have the narrative. And Piers, you have a son, you have children. Demanding severe retribution against a child for a school playground dispute is unforgivable. You sit there and you preach. You preach against us. You make your accusations against me. Never have I labelled Muslim children as vermin. Never have I demanded my followers to commit severe retribution against anybody. And this is what the media, the politicians and the celebrities create. Aided and abetted by the left-wing activism and the selective indignation of Islam. Hypocrites out there might say, who cares? That's what he deserved, right? Imagine for one moment if I had incited violence against a young Muslim man in the reversal of this situation. And you see, in a district where a generation of young girls have been raped, these threats are far from empty. What do you think? Are you working in the school at that time? What do you think what the media does?
I didn't really fucking do a fucking proportion, not fucking wrong about it at all.
But then the media run that Jamal was being bullied. Like,
You see, he used to complain that he used to be bullied. There was another, I think, Kirkley's guy that came, that Jamal said that somebody put a knife in him or something. That should be on record.
yeah.
I think when we investigated, I think it was a lot of bollocks.
I'm gathering that by reading the school records. He made accusations and then when they were investigated,
Yeah, there was a lot of bollocks.
he lied.
Yeah.
Now ITV, Piers Morgan, you used your platform to incite hatred of a young child. No time for facts or the inconvenient truth. Surely you must have known the truth. Because within a few hours of the story breaking, I was receiving dozens of messages from parents, pupils and staff, saying there was much more to the story than met the eye. So I did what any journalist could have done, should have done. I asked questions. Were you just being lazy? Was it willful blindness? Or are you just incompetent, Piers? And the BBC's Jeremy Vine. To you personally, was it clinical cowardice? After all, you didn't reveal the white boy's name. You just told everyone where to find him, on Twitter. Were you afraid of being sued? Well, it wouldn't have been the BBC licence fee payers picking up your legal bills, would it? Or was this your Pontius Pilate move? Condemning a child whilst washing your hands of any responsibility? Because that's what you did. And you didn't seek the truth either, Piers. Your lazy, inept reporting was not without consequence, as we will see. You incited hate, you succeed. And that's contempt. Your actions, not me, led to Bailey and his family being driven from their home in the middle of you kept. The hate you incited was never destroyed the school, guaranteeing his family to a place of safety. So, whilst one child had the support of the whole country, had the support of the Prime Minister, Sajid Javid, the local football club, everybody was told, 160,000 donated. The other child, in this instance, his family in their home, groups of men looking for him, ready to commit violence against him, and the police stopped the mums, the police took the family, the police went and got the family to get them out of their house from imminent danger. And they were taking them to relocate them here. So look, the night in, this is the accommodation that Bailey's mother, with two 9-year-old sisters and children, were being relocated to. The one-star hotel, where rooms are rented by the hour. The imam brought a lot of men up to the school. He has 3 mosques within a stone's throw where he's standing now. Bailey's mother, through her sense, looked up this hotel, saw it by Muslims, went to the prostitute racket, drug hole, and got out of the police meeting with her children to take them to safety herself. But this is where County Council was in and a family. This is the most Muslim populated area of Leeds. That family was taken to so-called surrounded by mosques. What is a Muslim ghetto? Yeah? Which is why I'm getting big to get some cause a scene now.
We went to see from neighbours what it was like at the time of the incident.
I think it was a BMW outside. And there were about 6 years old. If I have.
God.
Yeah. So we shoot the friend.
To shoot the mum.
The friend to the kids.
Well, come outside and done that. Shut and swing.
Well, I saw the video because a neighbour had shared it, and then I saw on the Yorkshire Live making Billy tweet really horrible and that Jamal was a poor little victim and it wound me up. So I commented on it, the victim wasn't a victim in the back with a hockey stick. And then within 32 hours I got 2 comments saying that I was lying, that I was being excluded from because I'm a liar. Just horrible comments like that. None of them.
And did you take the comment down?
Yeah, I didn't want to, but my mum was worried for repercussions, so she asked me to take it down, so I did.
This is the area where the council thought it was the right place to send a child and his family, who were wanted at the time, in the main demand of their school, with mobs of Muslim men looking for them, and this is how they decided to send them. They basically dropped them in their backyard. That's what they do. This is the hotel. This is, I believe, a 4-star hotel. So it's totally full with immigrants. This is across the country, so the point to make is that illegal immigrants come here, young teenage men, not families, not children, and this is what council would handle. So, hello boys. Hello. You want to ask, what country are you from, lads? You do speak English. Is this what country? Iran, okay. Kurdistan, Iran, okay. No, it's cool, man. I'm just saying, is the hotel full? Yeah, full. Enjoy it here? Yeah.
Nice food.
Nice hotel, nice. Healthy hotel. Yeah, how many people are in here? 200. Lots of children? No, not many children. But it's a nice hotel. Nice hotel. It is a nice hotel. And if you look at the family in house in Beeston, and you compare it to this 4-star hotel, hello, bro. How you doing? We're off now, mate. We're done now. Yeah. Do you know what they have in here? They have a full-time doctor and nurses. Full-time. So you know when you come, my dad tried to get a doctor's appointment earlier. Couldn't get one. Full-time. The food's bad. The food's bad. Is it free? Yeah, it's free.
When we're at school, some of them medium on that bag, they're sending the students are all fucking off straight. You're not going to play everything they can think of.
I had confidence in things in the media.
Yeah.
And tried to explain to them
There's one more tickets.
all of that and Leicester and Japan. All of them people.
Apart from my reporting, there was not a single statement getting outside of this story. The staff knew, other pupils knew. They could have exposed a lot. Why didn't they?
The incident, I wrote the incident. The incident was my door, it went to my door. Basically can't talk about it. Because you don't want disclosure in. So that was the reason we triggered it.
They were even not free to tell you the truth. They're terrified of the consequences. And that's for so-called journalists. Some can't find the truth. Some won't tell the truth. And some, they're afraid of the truth. But me, as a journalist, it's my job to present you the truth.
If you look at his opinion, they said, they're up there, this is our own days, they're up there and shut that school. We're not going to get this.
You see, when the media and politicians decide to kill a story, when they decide to hide the truth from you, they'll do what it takes. They shut down the school. It's gone. Everyone lost their jobs. You see, once this lie about racist attack had gone global, the truth had to come out. The truth that every refugee was struggling to fit into his new environment was problematic. His allegedly abusive and violent conduct towards teachers and children was allowed to run unchecked. Why? The school may turn a blind eye rather than be accused of victimising the boy, of being racist towards him. They stay silent. The truth may have triggered accusations of racism or sparked discussion about immigration policies. The challenge of achieving the second integration of migrants we welcome into the United Kingdom. And they need to take those challenges seriously. You see, Jamal's one of 20,000 Syrian refugees who come to the UK as part of the United Nations resettlement programme. The government cannot allow their policies to be handled and the consequences and their incompetence to be exposed. If you don't think the government is incompetent, you're not paying attention to anything. Intel's been talking tough, really tough, on controlling our borders for years. And yet there are boatloads of illegal economic migrants being escorted across the English Channel and put into these luxury accommodation at your expense. This attitude does nothing for the refugees who come here, who we welcome into England. Refugees are trying to integrate and make a life. And who was the community's rage directed at? All Syrian refugees. That's who. Well, in fact, there are many families of Syrian refugees in the area. We're told, all of them delightful, working hard to settle and integrate into the country they can now call home. I spoke to multiple refugees.
My children, any problem.
No problems with your children. No, that's it. So you've had a good experience in the school.
I used to have two friends, and they don't worry, and they don't care where from country I come or anything.
Okay.
And when I thought it was like we was about a month we've been in here, and I used to not to speak English very much. So they used to tell me how to speak all that thing, and now I'm in year 8 and I know how to speak English, and I made it more friends. And now
And your friend knows.
yeah.
Sometimes I say to my dad, I don't want to go to school anymore. I was just crying and do nothing because I respect the school rules.
Who on camera and says, who arranged the media tour? Who encouraged him to take legal action? He was originally going to sue the school for not looking after him, and then decided to sue me instead. Who told him to put this in his statement? You see, Jamal doesn't like to break the school rules. This is his record. Almost on codes for bad behaviour, truancy, verbal abuse to teachers, violence towards pupils, and lying. Yeah, there's plenty for lying. You see, I haven't got all of the records. Large sections of the documents I was given were blacked out. We tried to get access, but we weren't allowed. And lawyers wrote to the court to explain this case documentation. As you can hear, the lawyers decided what I could see. And this global news story was an accident. It was carefully planned. You see, the day before the video went viral, a GoFundMe page was set up for Jamal. And the video went viral the day after a criminal record check come back from Jamal. Why would his lawyers do a criminal record check? We had to ensure this financial exercise wasn't going to be derailed by an unhelpful path. His record was clean, by the way. Mohammed Akanji, the jihadist lawyer of choice, was immediately on the global media blitz.
Listen, I'm after him for a reason.
Right, okay.
No.
Is it?
Oh, fuck, no, journalistic.
Oh, journalistic, that's good.
I want to review it, totally journalistic. I want to get all the background on. You reckon he was a member of that?
Yeah.
Amateur Haroon are a persuasive organisation. Almost 60% of terrorists in British prisons are ex-members of this organisation. They kill, they murder, they slaughter. This organisation, Mohammed Akanji and his brother, according to this top mainstream Muslim journalists, were members of it. How does a Syrian lad find himself working with a jihadist lawyer of choice before this video even ran? Before anyone has seen this viral video, within 2 weeks the lawyers have been made the beneficiaries of the GoFundMe page of £160,000. The plan to sue the school, and the plan to for all was launched. What riches had these lawyers promised Jamal and his family? School records were edited. Migration had to make a playground fight about race and hate. They contacted the host as soon as they heard about this playground fight. Yeah, the Home Office. A scaffold. Why are they contacting the Home Office instantly? Someone, you see, this school is reported by a graphologist, someone who analyses handwriting. It appears to show that a second person with very different handwriting doctored the report to allege that they had threatened to stab Jamal. In all the witness reports mentioned there was only one teacher, so only teacher could have done the report. So, with the careful planning of the jihadist's favourite lawyer and the enthusiastic support of some useful idiots, it was possible for the lie to go round the world twice before the truth had enough to hands on. I now need to mention other repercussions. I was being sued for reporting the things that were said to me. The judge already ruled I was not allowed to argue it was in the public's interest to hear a different perspective. I had to prove that the information reported was true. That's not the burden placed on Piers Morgan or Jeremy Vine. Piers has his own, without being held to account. And I'm propagating this deception and lawsuit against me. You see, this is where we get to meet the most sinister part of the unholy alliance. All sorts of people are helping out, but leading the posse from the front is the jihadist lawyer of peace. He represented a big, jihadi terrorist out in Syria. He represented, I think, my brother Largo, Libya. I think he has to change his name because he's got such a terrible track record. But this is the lawyer who's suing me, and who the media celebrated that he had served me papers, even though I wasn't in the country. If you've pillaged, if you've raped and you've beheaded, and you say you've done it in the name of Islam, well, these are the lawyers for you. The lawyers who stepped forward, ISIS by Shamina Begum, who've been fighting to get her back into our country, who defended Michael Balajo, who beheaded Lee Rigby. This is my country. And it's for Bajra, who's been banned from claiming legal aid. Yeah, banned from claiming legal aid for putting in fraudulent expense claims. Let me rewind a bit. Let's go back a few weeks. There's an important piece of background information to this.
Well, there is a bit, basically to inform the group call themselves Antifa UK, and Antifa Dundee, it basically says they're planning to help with abuse on something. Got hands on the set, they've got hands on some AK manufacturing bombs and stuff. And allegedly set the bombs through the door six. They say they also entered a few MPs.
Now, the heightened tensions with multiple other lawyers, they now take back the radar phone, the one option we have to direct to the police, and they are removing it at this current moment.
Where are you from? I'm from so the radar and whatever it is, the phone, the emergency phone, you wouldn't turn that. You're taking that. Those phones are used on for real. Like so when there's a horror threat and people come to the house and the address has been put out where my kids are, you're then going to take the panic phone back.
It's Christmas 2018. The police come to my family's home to tell me that Antifa, far left extremist organisation, are planning to kill me and my family. See, who were the first to comment on this video? Well, how come to you through Bajra & Co, of course. And his lawyers of choice, but also Mike Stitchford, an independent journalist, Antifa activist. So the jihadist lawyers Antifa planned to kill me. They actually commented on the video of the Osman. You see, what happened next is interesting, although not interesting to Solicitors Regulation Authority or the Law Society. People who should be interested in the integrity of our laws.
It will be live streamed. I'm not in charge of filming or anything like that. That's down to and literally nobody wanted to do this. So we agreed to this.
So two lawyers who know Antifa are planning to kill me seek out an Antifa extremist. For one day, just one day. I sent live stream the papers to my home, my family's home, papers which had already been served with a gang. When they knew I was brought, lawyers commissioned the extremists to broadcast my home address in order, as they put it, to cause a spectacle.
The law firm or the lawyer who's been telling on the Tommy case wanted to make sure, doubly sure that Tommy got the letter. Actually went out two different ways, and he wanted to make a bit of a spectacle. This is all very amusing.
Group supported by Mike Stitchford came to the home with my wife and children on a Sunday afternoon when I wasn't in the country. So let's have a look at Mike Stitchford, who promoted it, who encouraged it, who found it amusing that my wife was so scared she had to ring the police. My wife was sat down and told in the home that Antifa are planning to kill her. They're planning to kill our family and harm our family. She's been told she made acid in her face. How do you think she felt on a Sunday afternoon while she was playing outside in their bikes? To have been told that Antifa were on their way to our home. Let's have a look at Mike Stitchford, the man that sent. Here he is self-admitting that he is part of Antifa. Here he is promoting violence against his opposition. Punch them, punch them, punch them. Here he is hoping that buses will get shipped in to smash people's skulls in. Here he is calling for white genocide. Mike Stuxbury is an extremist. He's a far-left extremist who is playing a victim. He encouraged people to come, and he sent people, and was part of an organisation that communicated together to send people to the home where my wife and children, when I was there. He even crowdfunded to support them.
You know, he was looking at various people, and eventually he came on to Dick Coughlin, let's say it properly, who was a YouTuber who's maybe known Tom for, God, almost 10 years, I think. He was a real critic, and so checked him out, but he's a funny guy. Yeah, he's sort of, you know, we've got red hair. He calls, you know, he's an ex-crackhead.
And who is this Antifa extremist hired to come to my kid's home? Keep watching.
Okay, folks, we're hearing some song about to me and Murphy. You're about to pop off. I'm going to this to I went up to where they said, right, we'll take that from you, we'll make sure he gets it.
And later that night, Antifa extremists, hired by their lawyers, had a message for me and my children.
On that note, see, and that happy note, I am getting kids, mate.
So look at the man that they said, the man that you can see the Muslim lawyer handed privileged documentation, giving this man my children's home address. That's what my family are in. And he hands them my children's address. They then come to my children's home. My wife gets a phone call. My children run for the drive. They lock themselves in the house. They ring emergency 9 call for the police to come. They panic buttons. They need support because Antifa. He told me he's fully aware they're coming to live stream where my family are. They live stream and dox. They dox the door number.
I went up to where they said, right, we'll take that from you, make sure he gets it.
The man specifically chosen. He says in his own video.
The lawyer in this case was a guy called Mahatma Akunja, who works for a solicitors in London called Aishu Farouk Bakwa and Co. A solicitor of London. Asked this guy that they've decided that they're going to legal papers so he can be sued by this family. And they asked me, do I want to be the one to go along to serve the legal documents?
Look at who Dick Coughlin. Something said, here he is with hatred. Serious, this is a crime. The comments he makes are a crime. Here he is promoting hate against Pakistanis.
Is that spare one?
Here he is singing a song from anti-Semitism. Talking about lampshades from the Holocaust.
We're white, and we're gonna have a fight. Get you in the move from you in the pit. We're just following orders, man. We're trying to get paid. You can get out of here, bro. That's shows.
Racist, anti-Semitic crackhead was sent to my children's property. He talks about raping my wife in her skulls. He talks about children being fed for people. He talks about burning my house down. I was my family in it. Now, I'll tell my wife, why would any sane person do this? It worked, okay? Tipped off by a friend who saw the gang on live stream approaching, my ex-wife hit the panic button and barricaded herself and our children in a bedroom. The police thankfully responded in time. And these are exactly the same tactics being used against the unbelievably courageous children in Albury. Threats of violence against children who have been stand with me in defence of the truth at the High Court of London. The videos, media, it all at the same time. It was coordinated, and it was about hate and making money. And how that far-left activist, who appears to be an anti-Semitic, Jew-hating, black-hating racist, came to my home with his gang and threatened to kill my children. The lawyers, the mainstream media, they don't care about refugees. They don't care about Jamal. They don't care about the truth.
So that bloke who made the video saying kill the kids. Could you, if you didn't do it, I know 100% get a statement. I know, okay. She came back, she contacted a member who was in the later at the time to ask if he was arrested. I found his address and I had the invitation for him. So even now, say now, looking at that, can you be arrested now?
I don't know what happened with the previous report, because when we search on our system, we currently see any crime wasn't there.
See, the next day, knowing I'd been provoked with threats against my ex-wife and my children, no doubt thinking they would catch me conspiring to commit violence and me up on a conspiracy charge. Here, outside my ex-wife's house, men in a car that has never registration plate, so presumably from the security services, with listings of course being in my home. The involvement of the security services may explain why Dick Coughlin, the man who never even been spoken to or arrested, despite the wife's complaints.
What are you doing? Tell me who's in the back of your phone. What are you doing? I think you sound to me. Who's just left? You've got to do something. I know this. Because essentially I've got threats against me. So what are you doing? Who's in the back of your car? Who's in the back of your car? You're fine, haven't you? I know. Who's in the back of your car? Tell me what you're doing in the house. Oh no, what are you doing, bro? That's all I know is what you're doing. Sat recording, in a recording van, in the back of the recording station. Fanning me on. No, because what you're doing, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. They're sat in the back of the van, this is recording devices. The whole back thing, because he just opened up when I got him out, the whole back thing is recording. But they're pointing it, because what this is has been a set. These people are these police officers setting me up. Setting me up. It's a setup. They're setting me up by sending people's house thinking I'm going to do something, and they're recording it with listening devices.
Checked the vehicle registration house, the government website, and there's no such vehicle.
Let's not forget the politicians. It was when I went alone to the home of self-declared journalist Mike Sturtry to ask him why he had done what he had. And we thought it was fun to intimidate my children.
Some of you may have seen that people have been outside my home. The difference is when they come to my home, 5 men come to my home. I'm on my own. I've had to move my children who are scared and upset, and people encourage people to participate in coming to my address. One of those such people who...
It was only the fearless then deputy leader of Labour, Tom Watson, ignoring reality completely.
Every major social media platform other than YouTube had Stephen Yaxley-Lennon's profile because of his hateful conduct. Late on Monday night, Yaxley-Lennon turned up at a journalist's home, banging on the doors and windows demanding to be let in. And after being escorted away by police, he returned at 5 a.m. He was live streamed. He later warned journalists that he should accept a knock at the door. Does the Secretary of State think that it's right that YouTube and the parent company Alphabet continues to give this man a platform, sir?
It'd be fun, huh? If it wasn't so insidious. The hardly honourable Mr. Watson totally misrepresented what happened, and from behind his shield of parliamentary privilege, bravely declared that I'd been terrorising a journalist. Journalist? Sturtry's an Antifa activist who incites violence and wants to kill white people. Terrorising? What was I terrorising? Mr. Watson bravely demanded that I be removed from YouTube. YouTube had only recently confirmed that none, not one, of my videos had broken any of their stringent guidelines. And my videos hadn't broken any laws. It was clear I hadn't harassed anyone, certainly not Mike Sturtry, if indeed he is a journalist. But none of that mattered. My wife and children left their family home that night. They never went back. Thanks having their lives endangered by the jihadist lawyers. See, my wife started legal action against Mohammed Akanji and Farouk Bajwa's firm. But Mo and Co, Mohammed Akanji and Farouk Bajwa, see, they weren't so keen on facing the law as they were on abusing the law to persecute others for financial and ideological reasons. On the 31st of March 2019, they probably collapsed their law firm. They'd never be involved in the case. That's what they said. And Dr. Farouk Bajwa, well, he's no longer going to be a lawyer. He'll be living in Pakistan. That's it. That's what they said. That's how easy it was for Mo and Co to escape justice. Interestingly, they're still signing documents on the case on the 6th of June, months after saying they're not involved. Several other law firms have reported them to the Law Society, the body that is supposed to make sure lawyers behave ethically. Nothing's been done. I wonder why. In fact, all the lawyers working at Farouk Bajwa & Co just moved across to a new law firm called Burlington's. And guess what? Yeah, Burlington's took on Jamal's case against me. Farouk Bajwa now works for Burlington's. Farouk Bajwa's son now works for Burlington's. Farouk Bajwa is Burlington's GDPR expert. Pretty ironic, no? Farouk Bajwa and Co. leaked my children's address to an Antifa activist to put it online for everyone. And if we'd been stupid enough to expect more ethical behaviour from Burlington's than from Farouk Bajwa and Mohammed Akunji, well, we'd have been disappointed.
I just really, which I've been trying to do, I need all of the disclosure, which I haven't had. I haven't had full disclosure of the school records.
To make sure that we haven't, that some documents haven't been lost in the transfer of the bar from Bourgeois to Burlington's. We have done another subject access request to the council for July.
And how long will the council take for that?
I don't know. I don't think they gave us a time frame, did they, Luke?
No, they didn't, unfortunately.
So what you're saying is you believe there may be things that I haven't been disclosed. You don't know how long they're going to take, but you won't agree to an adjournment.
No, our position is that we're not agreeing to an adjournment. Those are my instructions.
Because my concern, and serious concern, is the safety of witnesses. And it's a genuine, and I don't believe for 1 minute that Mohammed Akunji or Farouk Bajwa will give a shit about any of this, or Jamal, yeah? I genuinely don't think they do. And this is
Farouk Bajwa and Mohammed Akunji have nothing to do with this case. This is my case.
How come then?
Anybody from Farouk Bajwa.
How come Farouk Bajwa signed the form 3 months after he left them to do this case?
It was absolutely, that was the case, it was before I gave the undertaking, and he wasn't involved in the case because...
He signed the form dated June. He signed the form, and the date on that form that he signed is June. He left this case in March. How come?
Well, if you send it through to me, I'll have a look and I'll give you an explanation as to why. I'm not quite sure what provision that.
No, you'll see it on the documentary.
Okay, so when you send me what you decide is relevant, yeah? How am I going to know what you can?
Well, I suppose you wouldn't.
Does that seem fair? If the information is not relevant, then what harm could it do when we have it?
But it's not that harm to it's like privacy.
For the last 3 days, since you received videos so that you become aware that I have video evidence that's going to prove my case, since that point, my ex-wife and my children, for the last 2 days, have been police at the house because they've been receiving threats. On top of that, pictures of my ex-wife have been put online by the same people who were in bed with Mohammed Akunji. Then, 2 days ago, Mohammed Akunji doxed my mother and father's house. Last night, that house at 1 o'clock in the morning was smashed to pieces with bricks through the windows. Yeah? This is all going on in the background. I've been trying to get my stuff ready, but just so you're aware of what's going on as to why I don't trust the word you say. When you have Farouk Bajwa's son working for your company, and Farouk Bajwa was the man that sent people to threaten to kill my children, I'm wondering why, in the last 48 hours, or the last 72 hours, since I disclosed information to you, why my family and loved ones have come under persecuted harm, of which is all detailed with police records and video footage and everything that's been going on. So I'm super concerned and don't trust you or your party to decide what's relevant in this case. I don't trust you. So if this is to be a fair trial about getting out the truth, if that's what you're working for, you need to give me your disclosure instead of reviewing it and taking bits out, which is what you've already done with the school records. You're saying, because I know that's not the full school records. So, and you've covered up things which, and look, Francesca told me, I have a recording of her telling me that Burlington's did not redact anything. Yet in court you had to tell me you did. I've got the recording of her telling you. Everything was redacted prior to coming to you. Everything was redacted prior to coming to you. And then in court you sit and admit that you have been redacting things. So forgive me, it's just lie after lie.
This is Burlington's lawyers losing documents that they're supposed to send to me and deleting things that they don't want me to see. Misplaced. How do you misplace documents that were electronically filed on their case management system at Farouk Bajwa & Co, then passed over to Burlington's?
All of this is because of shit. And all of this is for pressure on me in the weeks before. and all this. And this is a country, guaranteed this is a country. A country working with resistant hate. The account that's put it on is resistant hate. Yeah? Resistant hate who are actually hired with Dick Coughlin to send to the House before. They're like his little minions. So now he knows that it's going to land on his lap. The whole lie that they've told. And this is the actions they use. Can't play the man, so they play the kids. You don't need to be scared, Sonia, because they're doing this. They purposely just do it. But when they do this, they just try and cause big shit and make you. So, I know it's easy to say, but you don't need it. They do this and they will beat them in court. That's what it's, yeah. No,
They around me saying, if anyone comes up to the house, just leave and come around.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The other thing is, the Polish on this goes on. We've been on good old Persian people. What's hardly enough. And they're such cowards. Such cowards. I just got a phone call and they said that Hello? Who's trying to say something?
We don't know at the minute.
What are the police saying?
I'm just making a statement.
Okay, but just quickly, are they getting that picture of you or not? Who's got that picture, Jim?
It's on my Twitter.
Who's got that? Who's got that? They just all announced over there?
Yeah, they're taking the address of the person.
You didn't say 50 addresses of people who have done exactly these things, including the redhead man. What about the redhead bloke who friends to kids? What they say about that?
Well, nothing.
Crime. If I make a video threatening to kill, I'll be arrested. What we need to ask them specifically and say to them, you made a complaint, someone threatened to murder your children and had to leave your home, yeah? Those threats have now followed you to where you're now living, and they come to people, the same organisations, the same people that done fuck all about last. They didn't nick them, they didn't speak to them, they just attacked him with impunity, doing it to my yes. So you need to specifically ask them, on our exam, when you made a complaint to Dick Coughlin last year, why have they not done anything? And give you a full answer as to why they've done anything, if you can. I mean, in the kitchen.
Am I right that you managed to track the number? So you know who made those phone calls to her?
We know where the number is.
Yeah.
And it's registered to. Obviously, we cannot prove, well, at that time, I feel we could say where the number came from.
Whose phone is?
And who the phone is registered to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this was threatening phone calls a week before a High Court trial, trying to develop court case.
I can't see it in your crime report.
If I send you evidence, which I'm going to the judge, if I send you evidence of Mohammed Akanji doxing my mum and dad's address, I send evidence of criminal damage and attacks in the middle of my sister's home, I send you evidence of my home, XYP line, and my son, they rang my 11-year-old son's phone. The police were involved. They've been threatening my 11-year-old son. This is what's going on. If I send you evidence of that, do you think you'll support an anonymity order to protect the children in this case?
I don't have instructions to answer that. I don't have conduct to the matter. But what I can clarify for you is some of the issues that I can give answers on. One of those of which I heard you made reference to Farouk's son working. He is not involved in the case in any way at all. Has no access to any files whatsoever.
You've heard how Luke Hackett, he couldn't explain why they were redacting and deleting information from documents before handing them over to me. Information I should have been given. He couldn't answer the simple question, who decides what's relevant? Unfortunately, in terms of integrity, Bolan's don't appear to be any better than Farouk Bajwa and Mohammed Akanji. You see, I was told he'd violently attacked a girl. I was told he'd attacked someone as part of a gang. And I was told he'd threatened to stab someone. In fact, Jamal violently attacked more than one girl. And we presented the evidence to the court, including the testimony of courageous children who came to court. These children weren't Tommy Robinson fans, but they came to the High Court to speak the truth.
So let's look at one of the pupils that come to court and testified. This young girl wasn't a supporter of mine, didn't support my politics, but she still came to court and testified. Let me have a look at her school record and read what her teacher says about her. Charlie is a very mature and hard-working member of the Forum. She has been an absolute pleasure to have in the Forum. She has represented the Forum in the school council and in various events across the school throughout the school year. She represents all that is positive and exciting about studying at Almonbury. Charlie is now currently studying law at university. Why would this girl lie, randomly lie, before I was involved? Why would she then travel to the High Court of London and commit perjury? Because that is what the judge has found, that she's made it all up. And Jamal, the Syrian refugee, the one with multiple lies in his school records and behavioural disciplinary everywhere, but he was telling the truth. That is what he found in this case. Why would a mother post images and send me those images of her daughter being black and blue? Why? For what reason? Why would the staff lie? Why would the head teacher lie? Why would every single person who was recorded covertly lie about what Jamal was like? 12 different people lying about what Jamal was like. Why? See, the judge has really helped us out here. The judge says people can lie for reasons that make no sense. Sometimes for no reason at all. He could not readily identify any explanation for why some of these people were prepared to do so and lie. He concludes the exercise may never happened at all. Despite Jamal's story, which you've seen, the judge states Claimant's record is overwhelmingly positive. He acknowledged Jamal was lying. But despite this stage, it is Jamal who's telling the truth. Everyone else is lying. Really? We waited 10 weeks for this? That's the conclusion? That's the logic from the highest libel judge in our land? There was no jury. That's right, no jury. But all of these people were lying. But Jamal, Jamal, who could only find his dad, Jihad, to speak for him, not a teacher, not a classmate, not a friend, not a neighbour or a support worker, came to court to support Jamal's defence. Jamal, who said he wrote reviews on school, it was his fault. His school record says something very different, really unfair to Jamal. He denies every accusation against him, completely up. On the day the 5 courageous children appeared in the dock, giving testimony of Jamal. Jamal didn't show court that day to face the accused. Neither did the press. The press actually left court when a witness stood up to give their evidence. In my defence, it's alarming to think we have this intellect at the top of our judiciary. The story of these 2 children is actually a story of speech, or the death of it. A story about how the mainstream media is more interested in pushing an agenda than giving you balance and truth. How it continues despite lesson. That unit. Is the media held to account for report? Appears more verified than held to account? No. It's a story about how the law is being manipulated and exploited by the far left to destroy the lives of anyone who speaks out against the accepted so-called progressive and liberal narrative, or about the poisonous influence of Islam's Sharia law in our society. Is the law fit for purpose? No. And a story about our government and judiciary's disdain for free speech and the truth, and the lengths they will go to in order to silence dissent, especially with its new and increasing powers. Is our government being held accountable for its actions? No. Is the judiciary independent? Seeing your evidence, you decide. Whether you agree with politics is irrelevant. When dissent is crushed, free speech, and governments move one step closer to tyranny. Jamal's father, Jack, he knows truth. They all knew the truth and were using it to further their agenda, regardless of consequences for Jamal. They continued to pursue the case, which incidentally has caused my divorce and bankruptcy. My ex-wife had to choose between me and the safety of our children. I'm glad she chose our children. Still best mates. You see, Jamal's lawyers told me very early on, if I had to go around, what their case? You watch it, you know the decision I made. I won't apologise for a report I was told, for what I believe to be true. I stand up for Bate, the young lad unjustly vilified by pretty much everyone. But in silencing dissent, for him and our government, any different to the governments they criticise so much. China, Russia, immigration, if it doesn't fit the narrative, you will not hear the alternative. And where else have we seen? Where else has the media, politicians, police and socialists the truth for decades? People are being called greedy. That's what a corrupt of such horrific cost to thousands of towns and cities across our country. And not less than under the stewardship of councillorship and Lord Kirkland's council. You see, hiding the truth doesn't protect communication. It does the total opposite. It undermines trust in public. It stokes resentment and conflict in our communities. Tragically, those who lead us don't seem to have the moral or courage to speak the truth. They cause the division that they're trying to prevent. People ask me, was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. The truth is always worth defending. I'm still here. If you're in the United Kingdom, you've already won the lottery of life. The inheritance of our parents and grandparents of freedom, equality under law. It's rendered worthless. What legacy will we leave to the children and grandchildren who come after us? None of us can afford to let it be. We cannot, and we will not be silent. So you've seen, I'm being sent to jail, I'm being prosecuted for showing you the truth. Nothing else, I didn't lie, okay? They've lied, continually lied. Now for the Attorney General to be charged against a member of the public contempt court, it has to be of interest. I say the Attorney General, this is not the police prosecuting. In fact, the claimant in this case is not asking me to be prosecuted. His lawyers are not asking me to be prosecuted. The Labour government's Attorney General is the one attending to jail. Now, you've just watched his exposure. Is it your risk to lock up for 2 years? How can it be? Let the government know, let the Attorney General know by signing the petition at www.truthontrial.co.uk. Let them know you don't support the imprisonment of journalists for reporting facts to you, the British.
Who knows what the future holds me? The one thing that gives me a peace of mind, if I'm in prison or if even if the worst happens, is knowing my family have stability and security. If you can support them during these times, the link is at www.helptommy.com. I would appreciate it.
Thank you for your patience. That was a long film. Now you can take me to now. They think they're putting me on trial. I just put you on trial to rounds. Every one of us here today needs to remember who we are. We are the sons and daughters of warriors, of bravehearts, of fighters. To fight is in our DNA. It's in every single. It's in your children. Okay? The British are known throughout history as fighters. Okay? The sooner you remember it, the sooner we realise every one of us have it, the more of us need to stand up to them. My message to the Attorney General, my message to them and the corrupt courts, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech has never been free. Okay? Our forefathers died and bled for freedom of speech. Every single suffering you can imagine people have sacrificed for freedom of speech. Solitary confinement, torture and death. Freedom of speech is worth fighting. Freedom of speech is worth fighting for. Death, prison, or agony, we will never submit to your lies. They plan to take me to court and put me in jail. Every one of you watching this have the power in your hands. They want to control the narrative. Nearly 1 million people have watched that film so far. Share it with everyone you know. If they want to send me to jail, the world will know I told the truth. Your gagging order only works if we allow you to gag us. Okay? I thank you all for giving me your time. That was an important film for me. It's an important film for my family. I had to explain to them why I wanted to show the world that film. They're not able to lie any longer. Kelly, the beautiful Kelly, has travelled from Canada. We've been here before. I've been here before. If you sent me to jail, it says more about the court than it does about me. I'll return from prison more trusted than ever.
You all inspire me, every one of you. You're a part of history. This is beautiful. So thank you for coming out. And use your gifts, use whatever you can to help this brave, courageous man. A lot of you know this song, so sing along if you want. Love you, Tommy! I heard there was a secret part where journalists weren't allowed to report. When you don't really care for freedom, do you? It goes like this, with none of this. The gamble falls and wake up your wrist. It's not okay that this is happening. Oh yeah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, sing along. Hallelujah, hallelujah. But somebody has been here before. He's seen his broken, he's walked his floor. Now Sunday tries to kill him, but he entered out. They need the voice
exploitation, and their children and their families embrace it and love it. I'm going to hand over the microphone.
Thank you, Tommy. Well done for everyone for turning out today, putting the effort in. My name is Alexander. This is my younger brother, Kieran. We are Art from A&K. If you've got a camera, it might be worth putting it out now. I'm going to drop you a little performance art piece. Be quiet. We stand tall. We stand tall as brothers, Alex and Kieran, both born here in the United Kingdom. Our blood is Indian, but we are British first, because this is our home. It's on these streets that we've grown. It's on these streets that we've grown, because this is our home. We're going to need the mic. It's the passion. It's the passion. We stand tall as two brothers, Alex and Kieran, both born right here in the United Kingdom. Our blood is Indian, but we are British first, because this is our home. It's on these streets that we've grown, and we do not do skin tone. We judge you on your character, not the colour of your skin. That's why we made the MLK mural back in 2019. It's why we're in schools running workshops, keeping it positive for the kids. It's why we're in care homes, because these seniors have still got so much more to give. It's why we go to any community and we help to build the bridge, because this isn't just art to us, it's the way we choose to live. A&K, paint, spray, stencil, sculpt, mould, fade, create, make. Everything we do is out of love, not hate. Because there is a war going on, and it's far greater than the one we're being told. Believe us, it's all spiritual, and they're coming for your soul. Our grandfathers came here to make our lives better. This ain't just Britain to us, it's the United Kingdom forever. So we stand strong, we stand brave, and we stand together. We are Art from A&K. Check and follow us on all socials. We go to communities, we spread positivity through art. My name's Alex, this is Kieran. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you all for being here. Let's stay strong.
Right. Let's have another beautiful song, shall we? Come on.
We want to say thank you to Tommy Robinson one more time for giving us this opportunity. Let's put our hands together for Tommy. And we want to say that the real British Christianity stands behind Tommy Robinson, stands for this country, and we shall never be moved. This song is called Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved someone like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind,
my fears relieved. That grace of the hour. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. The life before His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace. How many dangers, trials, and snares? From many dangers, toils, and snares, I am already done, and grace has brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. Life is love, His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing. Man, just play that guitar, man, play the guitar. Now I want to introduce you to a wonderful singer, Star. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved someone like me. How good was she, eh? Come on. Are you having a good day? Next up is someone to give a speech, someone that I'm a fan of. You know, some people you watch and you like them automatically. The next man coming up and speak, many of you may have been swayed to come here today by his passionate speeches to bring you here. Paul Ford.
Unbelievable. So I just want to say a couple of things to all companies today. I look behind me and I see thousands and thousands of wonderful people. And I actually shed a tear, it made me emotional. I lost it for a few moments and then I realised that we are all here today. And you know what that's for, we're here for our children, our beautiful grandchildren, all those beautiful youngsters of all races, creeds, colours and religions, that we want them to have a future like we had a past. And the only way that's going to happen is by everyone coming together and by everyone understanding that this movement that we're building is going to be huge, it's going to be massive. And instead of the tail waiting the dog, from now on the dog is going to wait the tail. We are the dog. We are the dog. And before
before the election, I'm going to say this out loud. I support reform, I supported reform, and I still support reform. But I've got to be honest and say, where are they to support this man today? They should be here. Yeah, where are they? Come on. We want you here. You should be here. You belong here. We are the British people. Guys, what can I say? I can only finish by saying that a lot of you come up to Tommy and myself and other people say thank you. But it's us that is thanking you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being brave. Go home and tell your friends there's nothing to be scared of. They have to come out. They have to stand up for our children. Because if we don't fight this fight and win it now, they're going to have to do it in the future. Is that what you want to leave them? No. Let's win this together. Thank you, everyone.
Well, what a pleasure! Next up, someone else who I'd say has been the rising star of YouTube this year, Mate Tusi. Come on!
Good afternoon, Britannia. A few weeks ago, a month ago, the last time we were in Westminster, I talked about the crisis of birth rate. I urged all British Christians to start having babies that night. Hands up if you've actually done it. Not many. I did warn the men not to have too much beer that day. Alright. There's a bit of confusion here today. Some people out there don't know exactly why we are here. There's a small group of far-left activists, champagne socialists, who've done a gathering. Call it counter-protest. Usually you do a counter-protest to a protest. This is not a protest. It's the Festival of Britannia. We are here to unite the kingdom. We are here to do two things. One, celebrate this country and its values, but also talk about the threats. Of course, this kingdom, this country is one of the best countries in the world. You know how we know this? We got millions of people from around the world who still want to come here, legally and illegally. You can't blame them. The problem is that the system and the establishment have not been defending our values. So you can't expect the newcomers, even if they want to integrate, you can't expect them to do it easily. It's our job to make a positive case for Britain, to put people who are from here first. Look after your home first, the British natives first, and support other patriots in other countries as well, from America to Israel, Canada to Australia. Now, to say one thing that's a little bit more negative, we have a lot of threats. We've got external threats, we've got the ideological threats, we've got Islamism, everything, wokeism, but I think our worst enemy is ourselves, our own society. A lot of people complacent, some people in the establishment complicit because they don't care. We have to make a positive case. Right now, this movement that we've started, thanks to Tommy and everybody else, is about changing the culture. Stop talking about politics. I know a lot of people talk about politics. It's not about politics, it's about the culture. While we do that, the role of the media is important. That's where I come in, and other people like Paul and many others. We spend a lot of time criticizing the corporate media like the BBC, Sky News and all that. But the system plays you all the time. They give you new channels. GB News, the home of free speech, allegedly. Talk TV. These channels, who are supposed to be counter channels, have banned some people on this stage today. They boycott us. They want you to think they are different to the corporate media. There are some good people working there, some good presenters. They don't have the freedom.
Ofcom, the advertisers, the corporate money behind it, they don't have flexibility. Then that's why we are here. 2CTV is growing because of you guys. Paul is growing because of you guys. This guy. I want to say a massive thank you. Once again, go home, have babies. I'm Bias Hussey, and we are the media.
Right, what's the darkest stain on our history? Islamic rape gangs. You may have all seen as well, I want to thank Urban Scoop. There's a lot of organisation that goes on behind the scenes. When anyone sees a documentary I make, I take the credit. There's a hell of a lot of people who work very hard for it. There's a hell of a lot of people who worked hard to make today possible. And you may have seen Urban Scoop has a new journalist. Let's introduce you to her now.
Hello everyone, my name is Sally Woodhouse, and some of you may know me already, but for those that don't, I grew up in a small town called Rotherham in the north of England. When I was just 14 years old, I met a man by the name of Arshad Issay. He went on to groom, criminally and sexually exploit me for several years, and I gave birth to my first son at just 16 years old. Unfortunately, I was failed and ignored by authorities, and no action was taken against him. Life after exploitation proved really difficult for me and my son, and so in 2013 I contacted the Times newspaper. I shared my story and named those involved, exposing the Rotherham child abuse scandal. I also testified against my perpetrator, and he was sent to prison for 35 years for the crimes committed against me and other children. Exploitation isn't something of the past. It's happening in every town and city around the UK, which is why I continue with my activism. Over the years, I've done many government exposures, raised awareness, changed policy and laws to ensure that children in our country are better protected. I've also fronted a groundbreaking and award-winning documentary, Out of the Shadows, Born from Rape, which highlights the needs and struggles for children born from sexual violence. I'd heard a lot over the years about Tommy and his followers, and some of it left me with some concerns. Far-right hooligans and racists was always mentioned, but when I went to Telford, that's not what I found. I spent the day talking to many. They seemed friendly and down to earth, but frustrated that children had been raped and that their lives had meant nothing, which is what has led me to make this announcement today. Urban Scoop has offered me the opportunity to bring you news, reports and documentaries that no one else will, and give you the voice and the platform that you fully deserve. Urban Scoop is run for the people, by the people. This is a new and exciting journey, and I can't wait to bring you all on it with me. If you'd like to continue supporting us, then please head over to urbanscoop.news, where you can see all our news and reports. We can't do this without your support. Thank you, and we'll see you all soon. I'm Sammy Woodhouse, reporting from Rotherham.
Today I need to talk to you about something that's really, really important. It's a very difficult subject to talk about. Now, there are millions of people in our country, boys, girls, men and women that have been abused and raped. Now we don't like to talk about, especially about boys and about men, but we have to because everyone teaches too. But I need today to talk to you about what's happening to our girls and women in our country. Now our girls and women are being raped, and some of those women from those rapes are made pregnant, just like I was. Now some women just have a termination, or they go through with the pregnancy, the baby for adoption. It's just too difficult to be able to deal with. but some women like myself, we kept our children. And I started a campaign because children born from rape in our country have no voice. Their mothers have no voice. And those children also have no legal rights whatsoever. So I need all of you to get involved today to help me change that. Now, I'm calling on government for a couple of things. So, the first thing is, there has never ever by any of our governments been any commissioned research into the needs of women and children born from rape. We need to change that. Support services are not offering support. Professionals are not being trained. How can we support people who don't know what our needs are? But also, rapists are allowed contact and custody to the family course to our children. Now, this is a campaign I've been fighting for 6 years. Back in 2018, I started a campaign I did exposure against Rodden Council because he invited my rapist into his son's life. So, above on the screens there's a template, and I'm asking every single person here today to contact your MP, to contact the Home Secretary and put a stop to rapists having contact and custody to our children. Now, they are women all over this country that have to sit and have contact with their rapists and play happy families. And we've got to stop that. So, are you all going to get involved? Are you all going to contact your MPs? Are we going to put a stop to rapists having our children? Good. I'm going to go. But, before I go, my two children, my daughter-in-law, my grandson, is watching this at home. So I want to say that I love you, and I promise you I'm going to fight for your rights.
Hello, I'm Sammy Woodhouse here. I watched her start her journalism. She's a natural. I'm sure she's going to bring you some great footage and great documentaries. Who saw my trip to Canada recently? Fuck Justin Trudeau. But whilst I was in Canada, whilst I was in Canada and I was locked in Calgary, I had the wonderful opportunity to meet a lady for a podcast. I sat down with her. She was a mother, a grandmother. She led the trucker convoy through Canada against the forced vaccine mandates. We've got a video to introduce her quickly now.
The small, foolish minority.
CTV News has learned Mayor Litch, one of the founders and organizers of the Freedom Convoy, has been arrested again.
Tamara Leach testifying at the inquiry into the federal government's use of the Emergencies Act tonight, describing why she decided to act after vaccine mandates were introduced.
Leach was arrested in Medicine Hat, Alberta for allegedly breaching her bail conditions, so she'll reportedly being brought back to Ottawa to go in front of a judge.
I have the tears of thousands of Canadians on my shoulder who every day told me that we were bringing them hope.
Just so you understand, this lady spent over a month in solitary confinement and she's currently awaiting a court case facing 10 years for standing up against forced vaccinations. Tamara Leach.
thank you so much for having me. This is my first time in England. I am loud. You guys have been so kind and so very welcoming. I love you too. In the winter of 2022, a small group of Canadian truckers, along with some volunteers, decided to stand up against government overreach and draconian measures. We witnessed tearing families apart. We lost friends, we lost family. Our loved ones died alone, and we said no more. We drove across Canada to have an audience, to request an audience with the other side of the story. And I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for the independent Canadian media and people with cell phones, you would still all think I was a terrorist. The funniest charge against me is intimidation, because as you can see, I don't think I'm very intimidating.
I know.
Tommy was right. The Crown prosecutor in our case wants 10 years in prison for the crime of mischief. Chris Barber and I are currently going through the longest mischief trial in history. In Canada, mischief would be akin to spray painting on a public wall or something like that. So I brought my freedom guitar. A gentleman showed up at my court case last fall and gave me this guitar. He built it for me. But before I start my song, I just want to tell you a quick joke. Not a joke, an anecdote. The night that our lawyers flew into Ottawa. We'd been there about a week and we had about 5 lawyers that flew into Ottawa. And my good friend and one of the Constitution lawyers that helps us to this day, his name is Pete Wilson. And the night that Pete Wilson met me, he didn't know me very well. He says to me, Miss Leach, I don't want to offend you. I really hope you don't find this offensive. But my goal here is that every morning when Justin Trudeau wakes up and throws his legs over the side of the bed, I want the first thing he thinks about to be, what's that little bitch gonna do to me today? Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can send me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground, won't get turned around. And I keep this world from dragging me down. Stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I
If you haven't realised yet, we're not backing down. Right? Next up, it doesn't matter who you are, what level you are, what your job is or what your career is. If you speak out against their narrative, they will come for you. The next man to address the crowd is MP Andrew Bridgen.
Thank you. Thank you, Tommy. And wow. I'm a bit in awe, actually, not because I'm not accustomed after 14 years in Parliament to public speaking. It's just that the last 2 years in that place down the road, I'm just not used to having an audience when I'm speaking. It's a real pleasure to address you all here in Trafalgar Square. On the 21st of October, 1805, the Lord Admiral Horatio Nelson sent an historic message to the fleet off Cape Trafalgar. England expects every man to do his duty. Can you imagine? Can you only imagine how long that would take to get that message approved by the Woking Artery and the PC Brigade today? His duty. We've currently got a Prime Minister who couldn't tell you what a man or a woman is. We used to have the finest country in the world, the best place in the world to live by a country mile. And some time ago, collectively, our political leaders decided to turn everything upside down and invert everything. And the people who promoted the decline of this country, the people on the ground, normally the spineless, very colourful lanyard wearers, yeah. I mean, their commitments, it might be 10 miles wide, but it's only half an inch thick. It can never stand up to real patriots. It can't stand up to arguments. It can't stand up to debate, which is why they never have a debate. It's all about an agreed narrative. Well, I don't agree to the narrative. We've all got to stand up and be counted before we get to the tipping point for our society. Maybe that's what it's going to take to wake most of the people up. But we're damn close now to the tipping point. And the way we resist is we argue against their lies, we stand up, we say no. No is a small word. But if 1 million, 2 million, 3 million of us say it, it will be heard. It will resonate in the halls of the self-proclaimed elite. We need to protect our freedom of speech. Without that, we have no freedom at all. And I can tell you from experience, in the big house down the road, the mother of all parliaments, there's a lot of things they don't want to talk about down there. They don't want to talk about excess deaths. They don't want to talk about vaccine harms. They don't want to talk about the WHO treaty. They don't want to talk about the EU, the Defence and Security Pact we're going to get pushed into. They don't want to talk about the cost, the human cost and the financial cost of the disastrous net zero projects. And that shows all of these things for what they are. Because you don't have to protect the truth. You only have to protect lies. Because the truth is like the lions in Trafalgar Square. The truth can protect itself. All we have to do is set it free. the rate of decline is increasing. You know it, I know it, and they know it. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Yeah? But it will get better. With your support, I know that we can turn this country around. And to coin a phrase, the best is yet to come. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I know that when the time comes, you will do your duty. Thank you very much for listening to me.
There's so many issues they do not want us to talk about. There's so many issues that we have to talk about. If there's 500,000 people watching this, Big Pharma control the media, our government and politicians have betrayed us all, we were all lied to, we were all deceived. I want to introduce a brave warrior with William Wallace in his veins. Watch this.
Lying in bed, I was getting killed by my mother and everything. And someone messaged me on Instagram and they said, don't know if you're a spiritual person, John, or whatever, but my grade says you better turn God or someone up there and you better pray. And I swear to you, I prayed like no deal, and I said, I promise you right here, right now, if you can get me better, if you can get my heart rate back to normal, I'm ready to have promise right here, right now. I won't make as much noise about this as possible. I'm trying to help as many people as I possibly can, which is what you're doing.
What he was more broadly insinuating, let me be unequivocal from this as Matt Fox, that COVID vaccines are safe.
Let's try next question, please. Hey, Mr. Mac. Our schedule, the platform is such a easy platform. You can't speak the instruments and bites into my people.
You don't want to hardcore. I won't be yummy. I won't be like you can see. Fuck you. Well, stand here where people make dance. Good boys, how do you want you?
I don't understand what's going on in mainstream media. People like you in the mainstream media are doing a far more damage than good by not speaking about the truth.
Call me Massacre! Call me! Radical Massacre!
Why are the people who are in charge, who told us all to do the right thing, have let the all terror Rishi Sunak look me in the eye? Everybody is doing that's fine, just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, I'll try to do as much as I can. It is a wellness on this. It doesn't matter how many times they want to shut me down on TikTok and YouTube. I'll just keep going. People might say, this guy seems to be everywhere. It's because I want to be everywhere now, John, because I said it without any noise, and that's what I'm doing.
Hello, London. I say to people bring the noise. Well, fuck me, London, did you bring the noise today? That's what I'm talking about. Send a message to these bastards and let them know we're not going to stand down. I want to give a massive round of applause to this man over here for giving me an opportunity to speak in front of the tens of thousands in this country. So the question is, how many of us took the COVID vaccine? The question is, how many of us feel ashamed that we took the COVID-19 vaccine and were forced into a situation that we should never have been in? They fucking lied to everybody. Big Pharma, government, the fucking lot. People have died and they lied. I know people with amputations. I know people that are no longer here that lost their husband. How many of you seen that with me with Rishi Sunak? Not that many. And do you know what they done the next day? They went on the mainstream media and they called me a fucking anti-vaxxer. How could I be that when I took 3 of these fucking boys in his house? Let's all cast ourselves back to 2020. What did they do to us all? Locked us in the house. And what did they do? They were out fucking partying. Then they brought out the safe and effective vaccine. What's it for? Then what they done was they tried to divide us unvaccinated versus vaccinated kids. Together we are stronger. And that's the message coming to a Scotsman. To everybody who didn't touch that vaccine, bravo! Hold your heads up high because you've all done the right thing. You know, I don't do this for me. I don't do it for gratification or anything like that. I do this to raise awareness on this most important subject. I know there's people in that audience that are affected by that thing. I know that people have lost. I know that there's so many people that don't even realise they're injured from that thing.
We just like to say for YouTube's sake, vaccines are safe and effective. Vaccines are safe and effective.
The doctors and nurses are all failing us by not standing up and realising there's a problem going on in this country regarding that vaccine. But again, most importantly, why did I do this? I do it for the ones that are no longer here. Pay respect to these people because they died unnecessary deaths, man. So I was bedridden for 13 months and spent 40 grand to try and get my life back. And I made the promise that as soon as I got my bed, I would go toe to toe with one of these bastards. See, if I was in charge of this country, I'd bankrupt that wee bastard, Rishi Sunak. I really would. You know, Rishi Sunak complaining that he didn't have Sky TV. See, if I was finished, we wouldn't be able to own a TV, but he couldn't afford it. So where are we at 2024? Regarding people that have been injured from the vaccine? Nowhere. Nowhere. We've lost all the politicians that are speaking out regarding it. We've got nobody to represent us. But we've always got the COVID inquiry. Your COVID inquiries are a lot of shite. Taxpayers' money and wasting everybody's time. A slap in the wrist is not cutting for this. Too many people died. Not only that, let's talk about the midazolam and morphine that they put into people's bodies during COVID. So unfortunately I fell for this bullshit. But now I can see the truth. And I put a video regarding Tommy. And what I said was, what they try to do this man is ridicule him because you only see a one-sided narrative. Nobody gets to see my story because I get heavily suppressed. I've never been suppressed as much as you, mate. But I've got fucking respect for you for standing your fucking ground. You know, they all talk about the Great Reset. But you know what? Let these words echo around the UK and around the world. Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales and the rest of it. Let's begin the Great Revolution. London, bring them on!
The Scotsman brought the fire. Yeah? That is justified anger. He didn't talk there about the problems he's had from the vaccine. It's changed his life, it's ruined his life, and it's ruined so many lives, and it was all a lie. Well done, John. Now, freedom of speech. What does it cost you in your family to speak the truth and speak freely? Probably not as much as it costs some. I sat down with a girl, Mariah Khan, is why I have so much respect for ex-Muslims. Because when they speak out, they risk losing everything, okay? As well as being punishable by death. So we've got an audience, Mariah, come up, introduce yourself. Give her a round of applause, everyone.
I'm going to say a few words, nonetheless. So Tommy Robinson once said, courage comes with fear. Pretty deep, right? Because fear pushes each and every one of us outside our comfort zones. And that's why I'm standing talking to you here today. My mum always said, fear is a false emotion appearing real, F-E-A-R. But let's get one thing straight. None of you have come here today based on a false emotion. All I see is a crowd full of people who know exactly what they want and mean what they say. Each and every one of you here today is here because they care for and love this country. And it's time to stand your ground. For the last 15 years or so, whenever Tommy had the guts to say and confront the harsh realities of Islam in this country, his message fell on deaf ears, including mine. Not anymore. I had to leave this beautiful city, the country I was born in, to realize what horrors lie on the other side of various parts of the world. It's only now I realize what must be protected at all costs. It's not racist to care about your country. It's not racist to love your country. It's not far right to care about it. It should not upset the establishment or the media. And, sorry. In fact, it's your prerogative to do so. Thanks, guys. Most people here today, not least Tommy, would have been called any of these names, probably been cancelled to some varying degrees or at least vilified. I can't speak for everyone here, but what I can say is all I see is good, hard-working, concerned, loyal patriots dedicated to the preservation of their country and culture. And too damn right. Why not? Britain's amazing. This country's amazing. How have we got to the point where even a Union Jack flag on a window is frowned upon, but my entire neighborhood could be swimming in a flurry of red, green, and white in support of Palestine? How did we get here? I'll tell you how. By being one of the most irresponsible and spineless countries in Europe. By embracing the very people who want to bring this nation to its knees. By that, I mean for far too long we've allowed British culture to be pushed around while we bend over backwards to appease others. This needs to stop. We need to treat the degradation of our cities, including London, the spaces, the obsession with diversity, for the sake of it, and a massive no to anyone thinking they can operate parallel legal systems, Sharia or any other, in this country. This is England. We need far less immigration and much more integration. And let me be clear, we have no need for Sharia in this country as we have one of the most esteemed judicial systems in the world. Yes, we have problems, but they're nowhere near on the scale of countries grappling with 7th century tribal desert revenge laws. So thank you, Sharia, but we'll pass. Coming back here things as they currently are didn't give me much hope. In fact, I was starting to leave again, but not anymore, not today. A day like this gives me hope for the future of Britain. Seeing all you beautiful people out here today, from up and down the length and breadth of this island, this is something extraordinary. Thank you, Tommy. So I'll just end on this, something Tommy has been saying for years now. Do not cower, stand up for your values, and as I can clearly see today, the people of Great Britain have spoken. If the media and politicians want to remain blind, then so be it, but we will no longer stay or be silenced. Thank you. Peace and love, everybody.
Who watched the Paris Olympic Open ceremony? An absolute disgrace, a total attack on Christianity. This country was built on Christian culture, Christian foundations. I'm going to hand the prayer out, I'm going to hand the microphone over to Joseph, the stage is yours. Praise God, hallelujah. We've got 4 lions behind us on that Nelson column. But I want to tell you that the 5th lion is standing here today. Tommy Robinson. I want to honour this man for the courage, the bravery and the long suffering he's gone for truth. And he's made a way for us to stand here today. Praise God. But Great Britain is founded on Christianity. 1,000 years of Christianity in this great nation. Throughout the Old and the New Testament, the canon of scriptures, we see a tale of 2 cities. On the one hand, we have Babylon, and on the other hand, we have Jerusalem. Babylon is when we make a city for our own image. When they built the Tower of Babel, they said, let us make a name for ourselves. But Jerusalem is the blueprint of this country. It is a spiritual state, the kingdom of heaven, here on earth as it is in heaven. Praise God. To transform this country will take 3 things: revival, reformation and renaissance. It will take a revival in all of your hearts when we turn back to our first love, Jesus Christ. It will take a reformation in our institutions, our government, our classrooms, our police. And it will take a renaissance in our hearts, away from that moral guff that we saw in the Olympics yesterday, and turning back to the likes of Da Vinci and Michelangelo, when we build to glorify God again. I want to lead us in the Lord's Prayer in a second, like you used to do in school assembly back in the day. We're going to bow before our King. If you have space around you, I want you to take the knee. And we're going to bow, we're going to pray the Lord's Prayer together in the presence of God. Hallelujah. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Put your hands together one more time for the Lord Jesus Christ! Christ is King! 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 This song was wrote so many years ago by a great British man called William Blake. He talks about the vision of building Jerusalem here in the United Kingdom, and they succeeded. But bit by bit, they tried to dismantle that Jerusalem. But we stand here today and we say no more. Walk on England's mountains, the holy land of God, on England's thousand pastures see, and the mountains divine, shine forth the dawn of Galilee, and goes to Jerusalem in the oh, I'm turning gold, bringing my arrows of Jesus. My spirit, all clouds unfold, bringing my chariot of fire. I will not cease from where to find, nor shall I sleep in my hand, till we have built Jerusalem, in England's green and Alright, just to let you know, we're from a wonderful church called Spirit Embassy London. It's situated in Tottenham, in Bruce Grove. We're there 10:30 every single Sunday. If you want to join us anytime. And this song is called Just One Touch from the King. It was written by a man of God from Lincolnshire called Godfrey Bertill. And just so you know a little bit why it's important to me, is because I used to be homeless on the streets of Manchester, hooked on drugs and alcohol, 2008, not that long ago. And I wandered into Manchester Cathedral one day, and I sat in the corner of that cathedral, and a God I didn't believe in. I had no other hope, I had nothing else that I knew that I could do. I just asked that God for help. I didn't know the answer to me, heard me or anything. And now, 15 years later, my life is different. I'm here with you. I couldn't get in the streets. I have my wife at home with 2 beautiful children. I don't know about you, but I have to be grateful to this God. So just one touch from the King changed my life. And to fix the problems in this country, it requires just one touch from the King. And that King is King Jesus. There's a battle raging over this land, a deep damage on the people. But pride stops us, stretching out our withered hand. But God has stretched out to heal us. This I know, this I know. Yes, I know, yes, I know. Just one touch from the King changes everything. Just one touch from the King over this land. The deep darkness of the people. But the light is shining, let the dark man understand. Light of the world, King Jesus, do you know? Do you know now? Do you know? Do you know? Just one touch from the King changes everything. From the King, just one touch from the King changes everything. Alright, this part of the song, we're going to speak to the land. We're going to speak to this land of England. We're going to speak to the land of Scotland. We're going to speak to the land of Ireland and Wales. And we're going to prophesy to the land. And we're going to say, land, oh land, hear our voices today. And just one touch from the King changes everything. Sing, oh land. Oh land, oh land, oh land, hear the word of the Lord. Sing for England. England, 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 hear the word of the Lord. Scotland, 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 oh Wales, oh Wales, oh Wales, oh Wales, hear the word, oh land, oh land, oh land, oh land, hear the word of the Lord. Oh land, oh land, oh land, hear the word of the Lord. Just like it. Changes everything. Just one touch from the King changes everything. Just one touch from the King changes everything. Just one touch from the King changes everything, everything. Somebody just praise, lift up your voices, let them hear you all, let them hear you all.
Do you know what? We had a tight schedule because we had conditions given to us on how long we were allowed to be in here. You've been amazing crowds. Can we just get a few more speeches in? Is everyone alright with it? There's people who have travelled far and wide and supported me for years. Right? And I want to give them all the platform. Today, there's one person, total honesty. Today would not have happened without this gentleman, Richard Ingham. Come on, Richard.
Well, thank you very much, Tommy. I think Tommy Robinson had something to do with it as well. This is about teamwork, and every single person here a part of a massive team that is going to win the biggest game that you've ever played in your lives. And our Scottish friend who spoke earlier with such passion, look at what that man suffered. Absolutely disgusting, and the government did it to him. It's time for change. Having said that, he did forget to say one line, and the line he forgot to say was this: you may take our lives, but you will never take our freedom. And you know, as Tommy said earlier on, there's a gentleman that was invited to this party, but very sadly, he was tied up today. Apparently that happens to a lot of MPs. Nigel should have been here, and he wasn't. I want to say
Nigel, look at what you could have won! But on a serious note, after such a solemn set of speeches, and such a powerful set of speeches and music, the gospel being preached, this is a time of change in the United Kingdom, and you and I are part of it! You know, when I came here last night and I looked at those lions, and I was so impressed with these cast iron lions that stand guard over Admiral Nelson's column. But you know something? I stand among lions today. Every single one of you is a lion or a lioness. And lions and lionesses are majestic. You are majestic. Lions and lionesses are brave. You are brave. And as my friend Simon Bean, wherever he is, you know, we coined this phrase way back in 2017. Do you know what lions do? They stand with each other and they stand together. They fight for each other and they fight against their foes. And they protect their loved ones and their cubs. And this is about protecting our loved ones and our cubs. We have enemies. We have enemies. We saw some of them today. And I love all these flags I see here. The only flag I don't want to see here is the Hamas flag. I don't want to see the ISIS flag. And I will never, ever see Sharia law instituted in this country. As my brother so eloquently said, this country is a Christian country, and it always will be. So very quickly, I'm aware of time. What do we do? Well, I'll tell you something. See, coming here today, making friends, talking to each other, having friendship and fellowship together, we are building a community that no political party can ever match or do. And I believe with what we're putting together as a team, and I mean all of you when I talk about a team, with what we're putting together, there will be 30 million people in this movement by the time we finish, and we will win our country back! Right, the head's going to explode, so I'm going to hand back to Tommy. You know, I get messages every day from people who used to hate me, okay? So our message to our opposition and to all of you, we have no hate for them. They've been lied to, they've been deceived. The next speaker coming up here today, I think he used to hate me, didn't he? And he went to a boxing gym and I took my kid to. So let me introduce the young lad Jesse.
Thank you, Tommy. Hello everyone. I want to say I'm very grateful for Tommy for having me on here. My name is Jesse Clark. I'm from Hertfordshire, Hemel Hempstead, just 20 miles up the road. And as Tommy said, well, first of all, actually, I know it's hot today, but this isn't a suntan. I'm actually half Egyptian and my mum's English and Irish. But I'm British. I actually had most of my friends advise me not to come here today. And I said, not come, I'm fucking speaking. They advised me not to speak because I am fighting in a boxing match on Misfits on the 31st of August in Dublin. I'm fighting against Prince Nazim Hamed's son, Sami Hamed. And it's it's quite magical that I'm here on stage with Tommy, because as he said, the first time I met him was in a boxing gym in Luton where he used to take his boy and I used to train myself. Anyway, I want to say, it is not racist to oppose illegal immigration. What everyone is here for, and what Tommy stands for, it's not about the colour of your skin. It's not. If your bathtub was overflowing, you would not reach for the mop. You would turn off the fucking tap. I've had the fortune of travelling around the world. My wife is in Tanzania. I've based myself out in Tanzania. And I think if this was Brazil, for example, and it was a load of Brazilians waving Brazilian flags, no one would call them racist. But when we raise a British flag or an English flag, we're labelled racist. I was in Ghana, in Africa, earlier this year. My sister lives in Ghana. Ghanaians really don't want Nigerians coming over the border, but no one calls Ghanaians racist for that, or prejudiced, or discriminatory, because it's not. We have to put our country first. Now, there's a quote, one of my favourite quotes by Mark Twain. It is easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. So I did used to hate Tommy. When I was about 15 or 16, I'm 29 now, I used to hate Tommy. And I've got two types of friends. I've got my friends that still hate Tommy, since they were 15, 16 until now, 30 years old, because they haven't looked into him since they were 15 or 16, and they're too egotistical to step back and say, do you know what, I fucking agree with Tommy on that point. They can't do it. And then my other type of friend likes Tommy, but they're too scared to come to a place like this because they think they'll lose their job. What do we say to them? Now, another thing I want to mention is, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the infamous radical Islamist bully, Mohammed Hijab. So those of you who don't know, he's about 6'5", he's a bully, he goes around university campuses, he's always on Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park, and he bullies people into Islam, basically. And there's a video going around of him online right now saying, if a 13-year-old girl's hips are wide enough and her breasts are big enough, it is okay to marry and have sex with her. We are not fucking having that! And that will bring me on to my last point, which is simply kids. Leave our kids alone. The LGBTQ plus whatever fucking else they put in their name, they are targeting our children, and it's not British values. We don't care if you're gay, if you're whatever. It's not about that. It's about indoctrinating children. Kids are being given puberty blockers, they're chopping off their genitals, and they can't reverse it. And schools are making parents unable to know this stuff. They're not letting the kids tell the parents, or the schools tell the parents. So it's in my belly because I'm speaking from the heart. And my friends that I went to school with or whatever, who still don't like Tommy Robinson or hate him, he was the only fucking person in this country that stuck up for those young girls in Rotherham and other places when they were being raped. This man man will go down in history. I promise you all, when we are all dead and buried, in 100 years' time, they will read about Tommy Robinson, they will speak about Tommy Robinson. And you are all here today in front of him. You're lucky. He's one of us. Alright guys, thank you very much. Jesse Clark, on Instagram and TikTok, Jesse Clark 95.
I think Jesse just got an army behind him for his next fight. We're going to have another song in a minute, but who's here from Wales? Another two men that I've become fans of and friends. You see people and they don't back down, and I watch them and I admire them and I become a fan of them. Voice of Wales.
The boys.
Wow. Do you know, right, the first thing I want to say, well done, Wales. First thing I want to say, right, I remember, and a lot of people here will remember, what this movement used to be like. It used to be this big and this powerful. And then, it did kind of take a dip with all censorship, especially we had hit the bottom of every single league table that is important you can think of. But what I want to talk about is education. And the reason I want to talk about it is because this is coming your way. Now you have a Labour government in Westminster. Now, the Welsh Labour government, what they want to do is push LGBTQ+ onto your children. They want to teach your children that Islam is only a religion of peace, and that is the only way that it will be. We are at the bottom of the league table because our politicians do nothing about this. They don't just do nothing about it, they openly promote it, support it, and push it onto every single child in every single school across the country. And that is a warning to you guys. Keep an eye out on what's going to go on in your children's schools. I can guarantee it. After Keir Starmer said he's going to model his Labour government on Mark Draper's Labour government, then Paul Gefford, and then Ellen Morgan, he is going to do exactly the same to your children. So keep an eye on your children's work, request the lesson content, and just do everything you can to stay on top of it and reject the false narratives and the false truths that they're going to be pushing onto your children. But thank you very much, I'll pass on the stand.
Not only do I see lions and lionesses here, but I also see dragons! If you all look above in the sky now, 84 years ago, this month, the Battle of Britain began. And Churchill said these words, and I want to get them correct. I expect that the Battle of Britain is about to begin. Upon this battle depends the survival of Christian civilization. Upon it depends our own British lives and our long continuity of institutions and the empire. The whole fury and might of the enemy must soon be turned upon us. In less than 3 decades, we now face that again. Our Christian civilization is under threat, and it's you that have to stop it. We have to turn it round, and we have to reject globalism and multiculturalism. We've got to reject it, and we've got to send a message to Westminster that we say no, no more, no, no, no. So that's a message that should ring out and ring out loud with the dragons, with the lions, with the lionesses, and with the Northern Irish, and also the Scots. Let's unite under one flag, the United Kingdom flag, the flag of Great Britain. That flag, and only that flag. Thank you. We've got time for a couple more. Is everyone up for a couple more, yeah? Just going to carry on because we're enjoying enjoyed it too much and lots of people are here, let's have another song from our band. In fact, before that song, I had a speaking list planned, and I'm about to change that speaking list. And I'm going to change it because of the disgraceful scenes in France at the opening of the Olympics and the utter liberty that was taken with the mockery of Christianity. So mate, I'll come forward. Again, this wasn't planned, so but if they're going to mock Christianity, we're going to give it a stage.
London, let me hear you! Oh, I hear louder screams at a football match. I said, London, let me hear you! Now, I don't know if you watched what happened in Paris last night, but I was sick to the pit of my stomach when I watched those garlic-swilling, cheesy surrender monkeys and the mockery they made of the Christ that I serve. But there is a verse in Scripture written in the book of Job that says, "This far have you come, but no, Father, and as long as there's breath in my body, I will fight for this cause of the gospel of Jesus Christ." This nation of ours is under attack. We are at war. We are not at war with just the Muslim. We are not at war with just woke ideology. We are not at war with just cancel culture. But we are at war with four that sit on those benches just down the road. They have forgotten one thing, that they govern by consent. And if they refuse to do what the people that have elected them have sent them to do, we, the people, must withdraw that consent immediately. This country owes this man a debt we cannot imagine. But today, when I look out across this square, I don't pray for revival in the land. Because today, on the 27th of July, standing in Trafalgar Square, I can see in thousands of faces that revival has already begun. We, brothers and sisters, we are the last bastions in this country of freedom of speech, of freedom of religion. We are the last bastions. We are the defense walls upon which modernity and multiculturalism crash. But I encourage you, every single one of you standing there, we must never be broken.
Hey, would the churches be empty if all the bishops were like that? Go on, Ricky and the Patriots, give us another one.
I just want to say, first of all, I am referred to as Kelly from Canada, but I never give my last name, and I need to because my husband is proud, his family is British. Lamb, we have coat arms on our wall. My grandfather grew up in West Sussex. This blood runs through my veins, and I love Britain. Tamara, I have fallen in love with your beautiful country. These beautiful people. God bless you. God bless you. Okay, so now that that's said, we just want to finish this off with a blessing upon all of you and upon Tommy Robinson, who is facing challenges that a lot of us can't fathom. So let us bless all of you and this wonderful, courageous warrior today. In the name of God. Lord bless you and keep you. Make His face shine on you. Be gracious to you. Lord turn His face towards you and feel free to sing along if you know it. Lord bless you and keep you. Make His face shine on you. Be gracious to you. Lord turn His face towards you
Every one of you here today, let me tell you what's important to us. The people that love us and the people that are loyal to us. Okay? I've had friends who have stood by me in this movement throughout the years. One of the next ones coming up. He's been in the movement, he's been by my side through thick and thin. Come on. Yes, how are we doing? I've been doing this for 7 years and I've never seen a more beautiful crowd than what I'm seeing today. I need to make one thing very clear. This man is facing time in prison, away from his beautiful wife and kids. And this is the warning. We have done it and we will do it again. If they take him from us, we will make sure we get him back and back within a week. The suffering that this man has endured in different establishments around this country is unacceptable. And the last thing I want to say is, let's play it. Roll it soon. Oh, Tommy, Tommy! Tommy, roll it soon. And I want to finish by saying this. You all need to remember why you are here. These are our memories. But what we do today is for the children and their futures, so they do not have to go through what we go through. Stick by this man, because if we do, we'll get our country back. Please, to the police officers listening, one more speech and one more song, okay? Maybe a couple more. I was, about 18 months ago, I left the UK. I was lost, and I was lonely on my own, and I was in Spain, and I wasn't in a great place. And a good friend come out, and that's why we need friends. And he literally babysat me for a month. He come out, he took me to the gym every day, and he reminded me who I was. And do you know what he says? This was 18 months ago. He said, Tommy, in 18 months, you're going to be back in the mainstream. And I was lost. Yeah, I've given up. 18 months later, look at us now. That friend who had a baby sat me to get me back on my feet was Liam Tufts. Everyone needs a friend like Liam Tufts.
Yes, London! Wow! Just a second what Danny Tom was saying. I've never ever seen London look so lovely. It's a great big wonderful wonderment. And I hope you're extremely proud of yourselves. And I mean that because there's so many people that would love to be here, but think the things that you do and want to say the things that you say, but they're not prepared to do it because they're not willing to make sacrifices and take the risk out of fear of being condemned and labelled and tagged with a load of old bollocks. And let me tell you what I see here. And I didn't come here today to speak. I actually came here today to listen, and listen I have. And it's been a very, very enthralling day. And I'm interested in how the mainstream media are going to report on this today, because I can see black people, brown people, white people, pink people, only two genders, mind. But nonetheless, everyone's mingling and mixing together, everyone's loving each other, no one's aggressive, no one's rowdy, we all want the same thing, and we've all got every right to be frustrated because we're being put last at the moment. All we want to do is be considered first in our own country. And going back, just to round it off on friendship and putting it together and really becoming one and really uniting the kingdom. If you've got silly little squabbles amongst groups or old enemies, someone's spilled a pint or something fucking silly like that, let it go. If you're at home rowing with the wife or the husband, go home, let that shit go. Don't sweat the small stuff, because we are at war with the establishment and we do not need to be at war with each other. London, I fucking love you! Yeah!
Right, everyone, this is the end of the day. I want to thank everybody who has come here today. We came with Stormy Conkers. If you're watching this and you contribute from home, you give us some money to put on here today. The success has been down to you. Please, you behaved impeccably again. Well done. Well done. And let's hope we return the corner with the next Collateral police force who once again have stuck to what they said. So show the police some respect for today as well, yeah? Please leave calmly, safely. We're going to end it one more time. You're not in the kingdom.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We're gonna keep live streaming for a bit longer, but for now we're just gonna leave it here. It's technically over, but we're gonna keep live streaming until let's see what happens. Let's try to get some interviews. On the 27th of July, we come to stand and fight against the chains that bind us, that takes away our rights. We the common people are standing side by side, fighting for our freedoms. We've come from far and wide. Cold winds are blowing, trying to erase our past. Promises of unity, but dark shadows is one day. From the east and west they come to tear our rights away, but we will rise together. We will have our say. On the 27th of July, we come to stand and fight against the chains that bind us, that takes away our rights. We the common people are standing side by side, fighting for our freedoms. We come from far and wide. No more will we be silenced. No more will we bow. We'll reclaim our destiny. The time is here and now. With courage in our hearts and fire in our eyes,
will stand against oppression beneath the gray skies. On the 27th of July, we come to stand and fight against the chains that bind us, that takes away our rights. We the common people are standing side by side, fighting for our freedoms. We come from far and wide. Rise up, for this land we dearly love. We'll fight for our freedom with strength from God above. Against the tide of tyranny, we will stand for one and all. For Britain and her freedom, we must stand and serve us all. On the 27th of July, we come to stand and fight against the chains that bind us, that takes away our rights.
There you are, guys, that's it. It's come to the end. Been here since I know it's cut out a bit. I'm recording on an hour device, so what it is, just meditating for only 5 minutes. I'm just going to go for
Okay.
Absolutely political. Sites and London were political. So a big, huge thank you to every single one of you for watching today.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are still live. By the way, those of you who are watching me on Lewis Errington's channel, thank you so much for Louis to allow me to do this. I know it was a bit of an S show all day with the heat. My phone just kept dying on me. Finally, we managed to get to the end of this after like, what, the 10th stream. Everyone who's watching on Hoffers Reflects, again, thank you for joining me after the 10th time I tried this stream. We're going to keep recording. We're going to go for a bit longer, but it looks like it's over. We may not get any of the heavy hitters to give us an interview. I don't know. Maybe we'll see who's hanging around at the back end. But for now, please do like and subscribe to Louis Errington and to Hoffers Reflects. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Peace.
Thank you very, very much, every single one of you.
Alan, it's been a pleasure, sir. I will catch you on the.
You know, when we do it, we get so involved in wrapped up in what we do.
I know.
And we forget who we are.
It's true. It's true. But no, it's been a pleasure, sir. I will catch you on the internet.
I'm your team anyway, so.
Yeah, I'll message you. Definitely.
But anything on my wall that's any of use to, you can cut, paste.
Thank you. Anything you see here, Hafiz reflects. Just Google it. Yes.
And we're here for the right place.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the crowd leaving. I'm gonna look for a rubbish bin somewhere. There are bits of rubbish to throw away. Sid, how are you, love?
How are you doing?
I'm good.
How you been keeping?
It's good. Did you have a good day?
Tired now. Gonna sleep well tonight.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be sleeping until Wednesday.
Yeah, honestly. Once I lay down, I'm not getting back up until about a week.
Well, have a safe trip back.
You
Take
too.
care.
See you later, mate.
Take care. Okay. Let's see. There's a bin here. Okay. Mr. Street Mike. Ricky, Banksy, how you doing, mate?
Long time, brother.
I know, man. It's been ages. You did amazing today, dude. That was a hell of a thing.
I was thinking about you. I promise you. I was thinking about you a few months ago.
Really?
Where's Banksy?
Well, I'm still around. I'm still on the internet.
After British Lives Matter, then we did Reclaim movement for a little bit. Then after that, I just focused on my music and my ministry.
Oh, I see.
Kind of didn't get involved until like maybe a year ago, and I thought, man, I've got to get back in there, you know?
Yes, definitely. If you ever need either a host or a moderator or actually a podcast, I'm your man.
Right. Can you get me on Twitter?
Yes, I'll find you. I'll find you. Ricky Doolan, just under Ricky Doolan.
At real Ricky Doolan.
At real Ricky. No worries, mate. Take care. Nice to meet you. Take care. See you.
Just go to our
Okay. I think.
Yeah. So we got this one. It's fine.
Look like everybody's slowly leaving. Let me see. Paul, if I can get Paul Thor.
Do we? That's all meant one, right? Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. I'll tell you what.
I don't see anyone else. Okay. Let's see who we can interview. Ricky.
I fucking love that.
Sorry. Oops, sorry.
Let me take a selfie and send it to him.
Okay. That's the Scottish guy. I don't see.
And you. We're double
There's Richard Inman.
Zab, it's been a nice day, apart from the few racists that have appeared.
Right?
That's what he was talking about earlier. Oh, no. Oh, he was talking about earlier.
People said to me, "What are you going to do?" You know, it's a relationship.
You're on YouTube, be on hard. You know something? You need to, it's good that you're doing it. We care about the children post. I care about what you do. Even a lot of statements on
That's what they're calling yeah, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, and that's what the video was.
Okay. Okay, it looks like they're all leaving. Looks like they're all leaving. Everybody's leaving.
directions. It's asking me to
You can't get out that way? Right. It's all locked up. No. Nope. Okay. Everybody's leaving. The entourage is going. Let's go back. Hey, sorry. Hey, I'll catch you later. So Sunday on the 4th. Yeah, next Sunday basically. Awesome. Yes, I'm in. The 4th. Next Sunday. Okay. How does one get out of here? It appears. Danny Roscoe. Okay. Danny, have a great one, mate. I'll catch you on bellies, I'm sure, on Jupiter's.
They're going to be crucifying it today, though. They're going to be like, what are they going to be saying? I'm going straight on him. Or what are they going to be saying?
I don't know. The thing is, sometimes they're a bit of an NPC about them. They just go back onto the usual rhetoric. Yeah, but who knows? But this is happening. They can't stop it.
That's it. It's nice to see you.
Take care, mate. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go amongst the people. Let's go. Oops, sorry. Okay, we are going amongst the people. We've got some very cool looking individuals, very well dressed. All right. Okay. Oh. Actually, I should have.
Did you speak on stage last time?
Last time, yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking brilliant, mate. What you were saying.
Yeah, it was a bit nervous, a bit embarrassing, but yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It was a good day, though. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice weather for it.
Yeah, it was good. Oh yeah. The weather was great, but it killed my phone. I had to restart my stream like 5 times. Yeah, it kept overheating.
Yeah, I have that with my camera.
Yeah, it killed it. It's horrific.
So do you live here?
I live in London. Yeah, I live in London.
On the last one, you said, I love the flags.
Yeah.
I actually feel like I'm in England still.
Yeah, because every week I come out on a Saturday and it's just nothing but Palestinian protesters.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like you're not in England anymore. You get like gaslit. And that day it was like, oh my God. And like today, it's like I'm still in England.
Yeah,
I'm not losing my mind. See, you orders. Yes, CP orders, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, you missed an arrest. You missed an arrest.
I missed an arrest today.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was stuck in there and I couldn't move.
Literally, what happened was, it was all down to the fucking police allowing a Palestine flag in.
I was in this section.
No, literally, it was up there. So what I saw the police running down one way. I started following the police. You can probably see where this is going.
Oh, you got it though. Did you get the footage? Good. That's what matters.
And this made you laugh. Have you got it as well?
No, I don't know anything about it.
So basically, then what happened was, I saw he turned and led it up the other way with the guy they were arresting in front of them. And the guy
sorry, do you
fell.
want to take
Yeah, I was going to get some film. Yeah, carry on.
This is the original Iranian flag, the Shah.
And basically the guy fell. 5 police bungled him.
Oh.
They pushed another 2 people, and they made 3 more arrests. I found out.
Awesome. But you got it all on video?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. In that case, yeah, are you pre-recorded it though?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Oh, literally.
I look forward to your next upload.
Oh, that'll probably be. I'm gonna try and get it out Monday. I'm gonna try and get that one out for Monday.
Yeah.
Upload it all to the laptop later and get it out Monday.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a little round, see what's going on around here,
Where's Marty?
and then go home.
Where's Marty gone?
Who?
Marty Blagua.
Oh, I don't know.
No, he was in there with you.
Was he?
Yeah.
No. Was he near me or?
No, I wasn't there. He was. So I stayed up above.
All right,
I didn't
yeah.
come down here.
The thing is,
but he part of a mess of press and media.
that was my problem. It was like I had a really great spot. I didn't want to lose it, but also I wanted to get like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Different angles.
And the problem is, it's like I'm trapped. Yeah, I can't like be in 10 different places. And the thing is, I promised Lewis. I don't know if you guys know Lewis Errington. He hangs out with Busker a lot. Do you know Busker?
Yeah.
He's away today, and I was streaming for him. I'm actually still live for him. That's why I want to try and get a few more interviews if I can, and then ship.
I'm trying to
And
get
also, I'm getting wet here.
I'm trying to get interviews.
Yeah, just
do you
ask
wanna,
people.
Do you want to do one for me or not?
Yeah, sure. You have a channel.
Raw for England.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it. What do you want to say? What do you want to do? Shall we all move away from this though, because I'm getting wet. It's like I'm getting like lightly dusted here.
Just say a few words on camera.
Sure.
It's keeping you cool.
Yeah.
Are you doing the Palestine one on the 3rd?
On the 3rd, I don't know because there's something happening on the 4th. But maybe there's a good chance if it's a weekend, I'll probably be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the next big one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just a few words about why you've come today.
Obviously, I came here to support the movement, to support the British patriots. The thing is that I feel, and I've been saying it for a long time, that Britain is going to have a major Islamist problem. In fact, the foreign minister of Dubai said that the future terrorists and jihadis and extremists are going to come from Europe, because in Dubai and in Saudi Arabia, they're taking care of theirs, but the Europeans are not. And so there is a danger. I think too many people are ignoring that danger. And we have to bring some awareness. We just do. This and any other movement I'm for, as long as we have a solid movement that actually wants to tackle Islamic fundamentalism. I'm not talking about your average Muslim. I'm sure your uncle, your Mr. Habib down the road is perfectly fine. It's not that. There are militant groups paid and funded by Saudi Arabia, by Qatar, by Iran, who want to actually do bad things to this country. And so we have to do something. We can't be shackled and we can't be silenced by political correctness and shouts of racism and Islamophobia when there is actual dangers in this country, when there are genuine countries, foreign agents want to operate in this country. You know how many Palestinian protests? I've seen the Iranian regime's flag. The Iranian regime funds most of those protests. They bust them in from outside of London. It's called the Friends of Al-Quds. Look into the Friends of Al-Quds. You'll see who they're being funded by. They are not just some wishy-washy bunch of people who just came together. They are a very well-funded, concerted group who want to fundamentally damage the foundations of this country. And it is two groups. The Prince of Iran, the Crown Prince of Iran, the former prince, the son of the former Shah, he said in a speech recently, there are the unholy alliance of two flags, the red flag and the black flag, the red flag of communism and the black flag of Islam. They have come together and they are now making serious headways into Europe, and they're in our parliament. At what point do we have to say no more? This has to stop. Exactly. So unfortunately, I saw this 20 years ago. I know most people didn't even think about it, but this has been happening for decades. These guys play the long game. They're not playing for the next election cycle. They're playing for the next 2-3 generations. They're playing, when their 8-year-olds become adults, they are playing for them. These guys play the long game. Islam dominated Andalusia, what we call Spain now, for 800 years. This is not a joke. These guys are not playing around for like the next couple of election cycles. 800, they think in hundreds of years. They're not thinking the next 10 or 20 years. So if you're worried about the next 10 to 20 years, imagine what's going to happen in the next 50 to 100 years. So this is a serious thing. We should be serious about this, and we should make headways to pull this back. Otherwise, we're looking at crusades again. I'm not shitting you. We're looking at crusades shit. People losing their mind and start hacking away. And I don't want that. I don't want Britain to end up in some kind of civil war.
London is Jerusalem. Do you think it's going to head that way?
If you don't do something about it, it eventually will.
But the borders they're just coming every day.
Exactly. So you have to stop these things. John F. Kennedy said, those who make a peaceful revolution impossible will make a violent one inevitable. That is what will happen. If you don't have a peaceful means to controlling these things, you will have a violent one. And people are going to lash out. And then a whole swathe of people are going to get caught up. Innocent people are going to get caught up in the backlash. So if you want to avoid that, you have to do something else. And right now, I think politically, and to some extent politically, but really culturally, we have to move to pulling back the Islamification of Britain, pulling back the woke political correctness. Political correctness, I mean, there's a comedian who actually said it, I forgot his name. He said, political correctness is the control of your what you say, and health and safety rules are the controls of how you move, your physical movement. I don't know how many times have you had a police pull this shit on you. You have to do this, you have to stand there because it's health and safety. What did they do to everyone in 2020? It was all under the guise of health and safety. So political correctness is the control of your words and your thoughts, and political health and safety is the control of your physical being. That's how they will get you to do what they want you to do.
I think run by psychologists as well.
Yeah, of course. These guys have been doing this shit for decades. What do you think Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these things, they literally run algorithms on human behavior, human psychology, and they'll manipulate you. If manipulation didn't work, marketing and advertising would not be a multi-billion-pound industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry because it works. It's all part of it. If you think you're not being manipulated, you're not paying attention. Everybody will manipulate. If you don't take control of your mind and your body, others will gladly take over for you. They're getting paid. There are marketing companies who get paid millions every year to take control of your mind and your body. It's up to you. You either choose to be an independent human being with your thoughts and your autonomy over your body, or a marketing agent will happily take over for you and tell you what to eat, what to wear, where to go, how to sleep, and the rest. Yeah, but it's true. It's not like I'm saying some unusual thing.
I've watched on YouTube. You talk sense, man. You talk common sense.
But the thing is, these are not like things that are like unbelievable. I'm not pulling this thing out of the sky. These are common sense shit. But they're telling you to ignore your lying eyes. They're telling you to ignore the thing in front of you. But it's like everybody should know this. It's just
That's what it says in 1984. That's the lowest.
Exactly.
That's the evidence with your own eyes.
Yes. Don't believe your lying eyes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I went on a bit. Hafiz Reflects on YouTube. Hafiz Reflects on TikTok. Banksy Style UK on Twitter, but it still says Hafiz. If you put Hafiz, it will come up. HAFEZ Reflects. It's been a pleasure, sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a good one. I go there occasionally. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Okay, it looks like I was the interviewee whilst I'm looking for an interviewer. But unfortunately, I don't see anything. It looks like we are done here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Can I ask who you are?
Oh, my name is Hafiz. Hafiz is my name of my YouTube channel. Hafiz Reflex.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm an Iranian. I'm just an Iranian guy who makes YouTube videos.
Okay, good. But the thing is now that all this.
Oh yeah, we're leaving.
Happening.
Yeah.
Is
I
mean, I was wondering how long would it take to come to this point, because it should have happened 10 years ago.
Well, I think there's a lot of manipulation that's happening of the people.
But still, I mean, let's face it, this is England. The last country would expect something like this to happen is England.
Of course, but the thing is, I don't think anybody is a special snowflake. No country is exempt from being manipulated. No people are exempt from having their lives manipulated and coerced. England, France, America, Iran, they're all, people are people. People are susceptible to manipulation.
I know a lot of people learned about it.
Yeah.
Maybe I was too busy. Maybe I mean,
whereabouts are you from, if you don't mind me?
Originally, I'm from Bulgaria, but I lived most of my life outside of the country. Came here about 15 years ago, settled.
Have you felt the change in England in the way things are?
Phenomenal change.
Yeah.
Absolutely drastic from one thing to, I mean, it's just mind-boggling.
Sorry, can we stand over here? No, because the sun is like right in my eyes. I'm sorry.
When I came here,
yeah,
we had clean streets. Things were quite organized.
London was a safe city.
Friendly yesterday, it was much safer than now.
Yeah.
You could see the lampposts, the clean and lit, and when you walk the pathways, the flowers. You have community patrols. You have everything.
Exactly.
And it was really nice. And let me remind you, this was right in the middle of the financial crisis.
That's right, 2008.
We were supposed to be going from worse
to recession and yes, that's right. Yeah.
To a lot better, and we're going from a crisis of one sort to a crisis of another.
It's just going downwards. It doesn't seem to be pulling up at any moment.
You know, the thing is this. I mean, very few people here would have anything against Muslims living by or about other cultures or whatever. But come on, I don't need you to throw it in my face and shove it down my throat every time I meet.
Exactly. But it's not just that. There is a group that are genuinely militant. It's not like, I'll be perfectly honest, 95% of Muslims are just living their lives. They don't even care. You know what I mean? But it's those, it takes the 5 or 10% that are militant to ruin everything.
Yeah, but let's face it, this is changing the local demographics as well, because now, especially young people get to pick up on these ideas. Now, children who never knew what was in whatever country people came from, be it from Iran or be from
Syria or Iraq
or from Bangladesh or from Pakistan, wherever. They don't know that many of them were born here. Now they are growing up in a community which is galvanizing them to be more
militant,
identified as not them.
Yes, it's all about us and them mentality.
Exactly. And we talk about integration, which nowadays integration means we actually need to integrate into them.
Yeah.
So,
we have to accommodate them, not that they have to change to become part of our society.
Exactly. I mean,
we have to now change the society to fit their cultural sensitivity.
This is European culture.
Exactly.
Multiculturalism, yes, come here, have a look. You're very welcome. Let us see your culture.
Exactly.
You like it.
There used to be.
Fine. Goodbye. That's okay.
100%.
You want to come here. You want to live here. That is for several reasons. First, you like the culture, you like the people, you want to live with this culture, you want to adopt this culture, you want to be part of these people. If you're not, you do not belong here. You
Yes.
go wherever you want to
There
belong
used to be a saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans.
Exactly.
But now, when in Rome, build a mosque and wear hijab. Like, that is not Rome.
Anyway,
It's a pleasure, sir. I'm going to go around and then I'm going to go home and take a long shower. Hey. Oh, Mel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this. As you can see, they are bringing down, they are disassembling everything. Okay, I'm going to lay it down here. I'm going to wrap this bad boy up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from either from Harvest Reflects or from Lewis Errington's channel, thank you so much for joining us. Please remember to like and subscribe on your way out. If you are a subscriber of Lewis and you're not a subscriber of Harvest Reflects, do us a favor and join us over there. We do the same sort of thing. If you saw anything about me that you liked, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And if you are on the Harvest Reflect side, please go to Lewis Errington and subscribe to his channel. He is awesome. We're about to get photo bombed. There you go. Just come in. It's all right. Hi, Mom. I'm on TV. Yeah, go on. Get the fight. All right, thanks.
Thank you, mate.
You're welcome. It's only about 2,000 people. There's not that many people watching. I hope so. I don't know. The last time I checked, it was 1,000 watching at Lewis's channel. So let's see how it goes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Again, like and subscribe, and I bid you adieu.